Welcome to the Horror Factory. I'm your host, Zach, and today we are going to delve into my own personal experiences from my childhood. Everything I'm about to tell you is true. And then as a bonus, I will share another true scary story from a user on Reddit. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and feel free to share any of your experiences in the comments. Enjoy. When I was a kid in the 90s, we grew up in a small but quaint and nice town called Newburgh, Indiana. I'm going to include a few instances that I feel I need to get off my chest, as I've harbored them for a very long time. One of the houses that I grew up in was right in front of several acres of woods, and the house wasn't super old or anything, but I always felt uneasy by myself in the house. That feeling of being watched, and although I was alone, I always had that feeling that I wasn't. When I was about 9 years old, my brother, his friend, and I were playing the Super Nintendo, and we were playing it upstairs in the master bedroom. It was during the daytime, on a nice summer day. The master bedroom has 2 different doors leading to a hallway on different sides of the room, and they were open, and my parents were downstairs. All of a sudden, the 2 doors leading to the hallway slammed shut with tremendous force. You could say it was a breeze, and that's what I thought at first. However, the 2 doors on the separate walls had locked after closing by themselves. My brother can attest to this. Another instance was when I had a friend over for a sleepover, and I must have been 8 or 9 years old. We decided to sleep in our sleeping bags in the living room. It came time to call off the day and go to sleep. We got our sleeping bags set up and nothing in the room was on. Only a light from the kitchen that was leaking its way into the living room, which gave us a little bit of light. Out of nowhere, the sound system turned on and began to play a CD that was in there. It was a Boyz II Men CD, their Christmas album. It played a random song, Silent Night.
Silent night.
Which wasn't even the first track of the CD. For those who aren't old enough to know how CDs work, whenever a system is turned on with a CD in it, it will always play the first track of the CD. This song was certainly not even close to the first track. It was the final track. Me and my friend looked at each other and didn't sleep in that room that night. Another time it was just a normal day, and my mom was cleaning the house. When she would mop, she would stack the dining chairs upside down on the dining table. Our dog named Diamond, who was by all accounts just a normal, relaxed dog, began barking at a wall from the other side of the kitchen. I yelled at her to stop, but she persisted. Then she ran over to the kitchen and barked even more aggressively. That's when one of the chairs that was perfectly stacked on the table shifted and fell down. That's also when she stopped barking. The last instance that happened in this house was when I was laying in bed, and I had a habit of wanting to sleep in my parents' room because, again, I just never felt okay by myself as a kid. I was probably 7 years old at the time. I remember looking at the door that led to the hallway right in front of the stairs leading downstairs, and I saw a tall and dark hooded shadow figure standing at the top of the stairs. I shut my eyes for a bit, and when I opened them, it was no longer there. I saw it for maybe 2 seconds, and I still remember what it looked like. There were more instances, but this would be a pretty good summary. I've not experienced anything for maybe 20 years, so whatever was going on, I'm glad it's over. When I was a kid, my brother had his Bob the Builder toy. He loved it and would always talk to it, like it was talking back. I was only a year older, but I never thought a toy talked back to me. I figured he was just a kid being a kid, and that's that. One day I woke up, and the thing was on my bed. At first I thought it was just my brother being nice, but when he woke up, he was furious and thought I was stealing his precious toy that he slept with. I can't even go to the bathroom without waking him up, so there is no way I'd be able to take a toy he hugged really tightly. One day I got a new kitten and named her Lily. I brought Lily into the room, and she freaked out when she saw the toy. I brought the toy over to her to show it wasn't dangerous. She scratched it on the cheek and ran away. I put the toy down and went to chase down the kitten. Then my brother runs into the room with a look of panic on his eyes. I asked him what's wrong, and he said that he heard Zozo scream. I asked him who Jojo was, thinking he messed up his words, and he angrily corrected me. I rolled my eyes and asked, "Fine, who's Zozo?" He pointed to a stuffed animal and tried to make a point of it. "No, that's Bob the Builder." He said no. He said his name was Zozo. I just laughed it off and walked away. That night I woke up to my brother crying. I asked him what's wrong. He said Zozo doesn't like the kitty. He scratched me. I turned on the light to see that Bob the Builder was on the floor, and my brother was covering his face. At first I thought it was the kitten, but it was wrapped up in a blanket beside me, the same position it was when I went to sleep. It was like a burrito wrap, so if she would have moved, she could not have gotten into the same position. I set Bob the Builder on top of the toy box and had my brother sleep in bed with me that night. When I woke up, again he was crying, and down by the toy box, I looked over to see that the toy had been shredded and pissed on. My brother said "f*** really loud. I asked him how he learned that word, and he said it's what Zozo keeps saying over and over. I don't know what it means. When Mom found out what happened, she threw Bob the Builder on a burn pile with some trash and lit it ablaze. The scariest thing was that me and my brother both swear we heard words like help, fuck, and Lily being said from the burn pile. My brother pleaded with my mom to stop the fire, but she insisted that there was no yelling and that the toy was too badly damaged to fix. The scariest thing was, it didn't have a voice box, just a regular old stuffed animal. When we got older, I asked my brother how he came up with Zozo, thinking I'd get a real answer, but he just looked at me with almost scared eyes and said, "Zozo told me." It's overall a mystery to me if I was just hearing things and my brother had too much imagination as a kid, or if maybe I'm in denial about the paranormal. I'd also like to share that the cat is still alive, and me and my brother are both adults, with no more interactions from a Zozo. Can I ask what a Zozo is? I just want me and my brother to be at ease once and for all.